Life City family, what is up? It is Art and Bobby from the grocery store. I wanted to make a quick but very important video for the food allergy community out there. I think it's like 32 million Americans suffer from food allergies and 1 out of 13 kids do also. And because of Corona, there's a big change in the grocery store. Obviously, Corona's changed everything. Look at the mask I'm wearing right now. The FDA made a new law relaxing labeling requirements. And I got a ton of emails the last few months asking for me to investigate this and do a video on it, because here's what happened. The FDA wants to prevent any kind of food supply disruption because of Corona, and it's happening. You look around any grocery store, a lot of shelves are empty. So they told brands and manufacturers, you can swap out certain ingredients in your product and you don't have to put it on the label, you don't have to report it to us, and you don't have to tell anyone. As soon as that happened, the food allergy community and parents went nuts, because anyone with allergy has to analyze the ingredients with a fine-tooth comb, because if they're allergic to something, they have to know it's in there. But the new law allows manufacturers to swap out ingredients. Now, the good news is you can't do any major swaps. You can't swap in a top 8 food allergen like milk or fish or eggs. You can't do that. And the swap has to be less than 2% by weight. But still, that can affect a lot of people, especially 2% or less by weight. What about peanut oil, corn oil, sulfites, certain preservatives, stuff like that? And one of the most troubling things about this new law is that it's in effect now with no end date. This could go on for a long time, and I get why the government's doing it. They don't want to disrupt the food supply chain. But man, I feel you to all those people out there suffering from allergies, and for your kids. You guys already have a full-time job looking at ingredients. Now you have to look even more. So the most popular or common substitutions that you might see is maybe subbing canola oil for soybean oil. That could be problematic. Maybe like in prepared salad mixes. They don't have red pepper, so they'll throw in sugar snap peas. And then maybe for something that has spices or a generic term, they can't get sweet paprika, so they start using smoked paprika. In general, those aren't too bad, but for people who are really allergic, they have to be careful, because one of the things that the government allows is that with peanut oil and soybean oil, when you highly refine it, like a lot of restaurants or food manufacturers do, you actually strip out all of the proteins in there, so it shouldn't be an allergen anymore. But for people who are very allergic to these things, it still can. So if these cookies were made, for example, safflower oil, and the manufacturer can't get it anymore, the price went up, they might switch to a highly refined peanut oil. And technically it's not an allergen, but for someone very sensitive, it still might be a problem. So you'd have to stay on top of this, monitor your food, maybe call or email your favorite brands and ask them if they made any switches. And the thing is, in Europe, I wrote this down, some countries in Europe actually go beyond the top 8, and they say you should also avoid stuff like sesame, buckwheat, and mustard. But in the USA, we don't say those are top allergens. So you could actually start using those if you want. So I want you to be aware of that. I just want to walk around real quick and show a few products that could be swaps, but I did some research online and on Google, on Facebook. I haven't seen any issues yet, but the thing just started in March. It's going to go until to be determined, so we don't know where it's going to pop in. But for example, come in here, Art. I think of stuff you're going to give to kids. Now, we look at the ingredients here. It's made with palm oil. I mean, you guys know how I feel about palm oil. It's highly processed, it's highly inflammatory, it's bad for the environment. But let's just say palm oil became a little tough to get a hold of. Well, this manufacturer could, I'm not saying they're doing it at all, I'm just saying they can sub palm oil with highly refined peanut or soybean oil if they wanted to, and not put it on here. Or they can like put another ingredient and swap it out without telling anyone. So this is very popular with cookies. Let's walk over to the crackers aisle and show how maybe sesame and other ingredients get snuck in there too. Every time we come to the cracker section, Art and I are demanding for a merger of these two companies, and Art, the new name would be called?
Mary's Gone Flackers.
We want it so bad. It's actually two of the best crackers here. But talking about crackers, this is oftentimes where maybe an oil or a grain or ingredient could be swapped. I mean, you pick up something like Wassa multigrain. Once again, these guys are not swapping anything, but just an example of, hey, it might be hard to get oat flakes. We're going to sub sesame, ground sesame powder for that, and sesame is a very known allergen. Now, it's impossible to be proactive because no one's updating the labels, but I just want you to be aware of what's going on, and you can always call and be proactive and find out if anyone's made any swaps. It's very, very frustrating, but unfortunately, that's the way it is. All right, fam, that is it. Another video from Art and I. I hope you guys found it helpful. It's just good to know what's going on so you can look out for your friends and your family and your loved ones. Any more videos you want to see, you let Arthur T, Alma C know. You let Bobby know. Leave a comment down below. Like, subscribe, share. The only way our channel keeps growing to the moon is by you spreading that love. We got 2 more videos below us right now. But Art and I will see you soon. Until then, we leave you like we always do. Hashtag keep on cooking. Mad love and peace.